Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're gonna be talking about Lords of the Fallen 2. For all of you that never played the first game, it's basically a Souls-like RPG that came out back in 2014. It's developed by CI Games and Deck 13, and even though the game had its problems with combat being too clunky, sometimes people still enjoyed it. Then after it came out, it actually sold really well and sequel was supposed to come out in 2017, but then the problems started happening since they announced that Deck 13, the co-developer, is not involved with the project anymore, so CI Games decided to work on a game by themselves under the original executive producer Tomasz Gop. After that, more problems came where CI was focusing on Sniper Ghost Warrior since that is also one of their IPs, and it basically prolonged the release of Lords of the Fallen 2. Then this year we got some good news that CI Games is giving the rights to develop the game to Define Studios, which is a studio set in New York. The studio was founded back in 2016 by some leaders and founders of Avalanche's New York office when Just Cause 3 was released, and the studio itself, even though relatively small, has a lot of talent behind it. CI Games said they've had a lot of studios pitch them an idea for Lords 2, and they chose Define Studios since they love their concept and also will give them creative freedom when they start developing the game. Define Studio really wants to push the limits of the genre since they don't deny that From Software has dominance in this genre, and they want to include things that will make the next Lords game stand out and attract even more people, because in this subgenre, such as Souls-like games, you really have to offer something crazy, something new for people to enjoy it and play it. Also, David Griggins, the CEO of Define, says this: "We are hopefully doing some things which will surprise the fans of the first game, and we have an opportunity to expand the fan base. We want to take that fantasy for the player and try to show those fans something a little bit new, a new approach in it. Competition is good. I love the stuff From Software does, but I'm excited about trying to bring something new." So some time passes and we get the news that Define wants to start everything from scratch and won't use majority of concepts developed by the original team under the producer Tomasz Gop. They are going to keep the game as it is, a Souls-like action RPG, but also find new ways to present the game to public, polishing it as much as they can, and give a breath of fresh air to the series, which I think is really good for the franchise, and just the willingness from Define to start everything from the beginning proves me that they really want this to become a good game, which will be a start of something good and also show their skills on the video game market as a relatively new company. And they do have to prove a lot, since generally I think that they just couldn't find the way for the original concept to work today, and going back to the drawing board is going to surprise the people that play the first game and also attract new people. This game is also going to be in Unreal Engine 4, since the first one was done in Fledge Engine. Now look, even though this subgenre is dominated by From Software, games like these are always good since they push other developers to work even more on their games, hence the better product for the end user, us gamers. So far the game is still in pre-production. Define couldn't comment on anything else since they are still deciding about various concepts and ideas. All of this tells me that we won't see this game until at least 2021 or even 2022. They're still not far into development, so that is the only logical assumption. That is also the time when we might see new consoles, so maybe they're also aiming for that, to deliver something new and fresh on systems that will be available to run on even better graphics and offer something new. But since I really enjoyed the first game, I will be following the development of the sequel and keep you guys informed about the latest news regarding Lords of the Fallen 2. So don't forget to click that like and subscribe button to stay updated with the latest news, and also visit me up on Twitter at LastKnownMeal and join my Discord server if you want to continue the discussion there. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.